Good morning, it's Monday the 18th of July 2018. We're in Wales, in Llandrinio, something like that. Neal and Peter arrived last night, Sunday evening, and managed to set their tents up in the campsite here, or what is a camping spot, and then I arrived about 1:45 in the morning, so I thought it was a bit late for setting up tents, so I've slept in the car tonight in amongst all the canoeing gear. Pretty short anyway, but yeah, it was a bit of a cramped night in the back of the car. So we've got all the canoeing kit in here, canoe on the roof, their tents over there, and we're on a clay ground surrounded by sheep. Sounds quite windy, but the river's just right beside the river here, but it looks like it's sort of set underneath quite steep banks at the moment, so hopefully today we won't be affected by the wind in any great way. I just hope my sunburn from yesterday watching George's football match all day dies down. I've been driving up overnight and then dousing myself with aloe vera every 2 hours, so hopefully it's not quite as sore or as red as it potentially could have been. So the adventure starts. So the little pixies are tidying up their tents in preparation for the big journey we have ahead of us today. So there's Neal's posh tent. Pete's tent has disappeared because he's ultra efficient. And here we have the kayaks with all the gear about to go in. So we're sorting all the stuff out, wondering how much water to take, how much packaged goods to take. Wind's died down a bit calmer on the river now. Sheep seem to have disappeared for the time being. Nice place, right by the river. We've just got to fight the stinging nettles now in order to get the boats in the water. Oh, in one. What's that you've left up on the bank? Do you want this? It can stay there, yeah, can't it? 11 miles down. He's in safely, look at him, all tucked up in his spray deck. Yeah. And this is whilst the cockpit's nice and clean, and at the end of the day when you take the spray deck off after you've been farting all day in it, it's a completely different experience. Yeah, it might be. Right, okay. Do you see the red kite? Oh no, missed that. It was just over here. Yeah. They'd come almost over you, couldn't they? Well, we're probably about 5 or 6 miles in. We've been paddling a couple of hours now. We might have gone a bit further because the flow and we've got the wind behind us, so we're doing reasonably well. It's a shame I didn't have the video out. Pete's just been attacked by a male mute swan. We passed some cygnets and the hen bird quite a long way over to the left, and this cockbird came over and basically flap caught up with Peter's boat, jumped on the back of it whilst flapping its wings, and then Neal was in between, so Neal was paddling very quickly to try and use Pete as a human shield, I think, and then I was at the end, but luckily I think it had worn itself out by that stage and didn't try attacking me at all. But that's the first time I've ever seen a swan go for a boat before. We're now looking out for a weir, which should be down this way somewhere, so we're frantically looking at the maps before we encounter it, try and get some footage of the weir. Start for a pee break, stroke lunch break. What time is it? 1:15, so roughly about right. Neal's about to do a backwards sideways Eskimo roll flip thing. Or spear Peter up the bum when he bends over.
Yeah, probably. That's what I get.
Yeah, I'm alright, Jack. Go on, full steam, Neil. Dig in. Action angle. Oh.
Swans like it here.
Uh-oh. Swan alert, swan alert.
This what? Swan tracks.
It's alright. Sorry to disappoint. We've just had some action, everybody. Pete's just gone in. He's taken a tumble. Neil's here to make it worse. Oh, he's in. Oh. Pretty Polly! Pretty Polly! Ha ha! Every good kayaker needs his paddle on his shoulder. Ha ha! We have the happy, bleary-eyed campers who have almost been run over by marauding women on horseback. We awoke half an hour ago to the sound of thundering horse hooves right up the middle here between the tents, but it sounded very close, and the horses obviously got a bit frisky with the tents, didn't like them, and yeah, the riders were having trouble controlling the horses, so we almost got trampled on. We arrived, it's a really nice flat campsite, lots of bats last night on the bat detector, noctules and soprano pipistrelle. No trees for me to hang the hammock up on, unfortunately, so I had to improvise by putting the canoe on its side and sticking the tarp over the top, so quite cosy in there. Managed to string up the mosquito net to a degree, but yeah, really nice. Didn't rain though, so it's untested. Of the moment we all look forward to each morning, Neil getting into the kayak.
Exactly.
Off we set for day 2. Day 2 electric boogaloo. And a nice little sand martin colony in the bank. Not very many holes. Here they are. Whee! After a bacon sandwich in Shrewsbury. You can see the dribble from Neil's mouth from here. Drum roll please, ladies and gentlemen. Roseby Weir It's a bit awkward, there's only a ladder going into the water here, and we're going to have to actually physically, because the water's so low, it would normally be higher up, so that's why we've got a bit of difficulty now. We're going to have to hoist the boats out. Whee! The right line down the river. He's stuck. We're on the River Severn, and we've just stopped at the, what campsite was it?
It was the Attingham Park National Trust Riverside Campsite.
Okay, that was very nice, apart from the fact that we didn't have the combinations to get inside the compost toilet. So we're now off to Ironbridge, which
So
will...
we had to use our tents instead. Sleeping.
Yeah, we decided not to use the campsite really. We camped on the riverbank. It was a bit far to drag all our gear back up to the safety of the campsite. So we camped on the riverbank, had a nice night. Now we're off and we will see the Ironbridge later on today. Wind's a bit stronger, not really sure whether it's going to rain. Haven't seen anybody else on the water bar, one bloke really in a higher group up at Shrewsbury. It's been very nice. What's that? Oh yes, I've actually been, so yes, I'm very pleased with myself. Oh, Taro. Day 3, we're heading down to Ironbridge now. Nice big estate on our left hand side with a pair of oyster catchers on the gravel bar. Well, we've just arrived at the Ironbridge. We just arrived at the Ironbridge only to find that it's clad in plastic and is obviously being worked. Jackfield.
Jackfield Rapids.
We're come to the end of Jackfield Rapids just to give it a bit of a suss out, see which line we're going to take. And from the top it actually looks worse than it is from the bottom, but certainly there's a bit of boiling water in places, so we're going to have to zigzag across from... Oh no, we think we're going to go along in the middle at the top, line. Come to this sort of promontory here and come down the middle through that middle chute. We don't want to hit... There's a rock just over there underneath the surface. Come down the middle and then it'll all be over. We're yet to decide the who goes first, the running order. Fingers crossed, majorly.
Smile, you're on candid camera.
Pete's turned down the rapids now. I'm here in the eddy to act as safety crew in case he goes in. Woohoo! He's made it!
There you go.
It's a great show up with you now.
Yeah.
Especially you two, when you both came down, looked so kind of placid. Whereas when I experienced it, it was like sort of buffeting me around.
I thought I had a sort of...
That's probably my deadpan work face.
Amish Lou can be blamed for the predicament of our camping situation tonight. We are perched high above our hillside, above a pub close to the River Severn. Not an ideal location by any means. We're on a tiny little plateau, a precipice above the car park. Rock hard ground where tent pegs dare to go, I guess. So tent pegs about an inch in the ground. We're hoping for very little wind in the evening, hopefully no rain. Looks relatively secure up here. We're going to have a meal and then maybe breakfast in the pub in the morning. There he goes, look, hammering them in with the axe. He was taking the mickey out of me earlier at the week. Why have I bought an axe and a bow saw? Here we go. Look, he's using my axe to knock in his tent pegs. Yes. There I am in the corner with my hammock tied up to the fence posts. So yes, improvisation is the word of the trip. Oh my good, do that again, Neal. Talking of precipices, look at that thing. Oh. Guy over there's just caught a barbel.
Who are you, the river police?
Hooray! Oh nice, look at that.
Yeah, good size. I'd say the thing I caught was about
Wow. Thanks. What could it be? Could it be an otter? Or could it be mink? Or is it just poo?
Can you do a still? The world famous pork pie.
4 days on, the boys are desperate and they've resorted to the famous Raymer's survival diet.
It's a quality pork pie. Look at the jelly oozing out.
And what about the flavour profile? Start
It's
salty,
good. Salty, well, I think it's very peppery.
it goes peppery. Depends how many you eat.
But the jelly does taste like dog food.
The classic diet of having to eat it
One might
in
ask,
the field.
how do you
yeah.
know what dog food tastes like?
It's one of those things where you can taste something and you
Through the
you
smell.
smell something and you can taste it. That's good though. And now need copious amounts of water to wash the saltiness out of my mouth.
That's right. Out in the wild, having to eat a pork
We're
pie
living off the land.
without any condiments whatsoever. Scavenging what's locally available.
Wild garlic.
Name that invertebrate.
That is one of the staphylinid road beetles.
I'm sure that's just crawled out of your shorts. It must be a deadwood beetle.
Oh, you're doing everything in Dr. Evil laugh.
Oh.
This is without any drink.
Oh, don't! You made me choke. Oh. Whoop. Nearly down the bank. Oh, I'm fed up with the taste of this now. Oh. One would have been enough.
The steward had to eat them all.
I didn't want it to go off.
long-tailed dragonfly land on the front of my boat on that barrel. We've seen them up and down the river, but not been able to see any colour on them. Oh, look at that. See the club on the tail. Oh, that's fantastic. There's a rapid coming up, so I think I'm going to have to switch off.
Here we go, we're almost ending the trip. This is Bewdley coming up. Here we are at Journey's End, the 3 intrepid explorers. We're at Bewdley, it's about 3:30. Taxi's coming at 4. Successful trip so far.